Hello and welcome to Let's Check Out Wings of Saint Nazaire. We are Another Dying, I'm Jay.
I am A.
And this is an interesting little space game that has just popped up recently. And this is a game that uses 2D sprites, actually. And it looks kind of interesting, and you can just download the alpha version. I think it's very early, there's not much game to it. But I just did that, and we're going to try this game out. So before we get in, let's just take a little look at the options menu here. So we have graphics, okay, yeah, well, everything alright, fantastic. Gameplay, show weapon flashes, yeah, well, controls, okay. So we have, I'm going to play this with keyboard and mouse. Oh god, sorry, Jesus, okay. So fire guns, fire missiles. So WASD for movement controls. Cycle guns, cycle missiles, target nearest enemy, and orbit camera. That looks manageable. So shall we just go into it? Shall we
just jump into it.
I think we're just going to jump into it. I think you can just fly around and kill some enemies and just goof around. I think there's not much that we can actually do. But maybe, let's see, what was target nearest enemy was R, okay. And we're just going to dig around and see what we can do. So, demo. Okay, so now we have it again here. So there's actually a power management system in here, which is interesting. I always love that.
Yes.
I don't know
It's so much more depth.
Yeah, I don't actually know if it works yet, but well.
We can try that out.
Yeah. Let's play. And this is apparently our ship. So, this is basically... I always like this game, or like the idea of this game, because it's basically... It comes basically from another universe, because or from an alternate dimension where polygon graphics didn't completely take over, and they just continued refining those sprite-based graphics. And this is basically what, yeah. This is basically what came out of that. And it looks fantastic, I think. It has...
Yeah, I like the graphic.
Yeah. So let's just take a look at what we have here.
So the bigger ships are in actual 3D.
They are in actual 3D, yeah. They are polygonal models. Because it would be really hard to pull that off. But this guy, for example, is just a sprite. And yeah, we can just fly around. Also, I love space shooters, actually, or space sims.
Yes.
It's so much fun. I love that genre. I haven't really played many of them, actually. I think we both played quite a bit of Freelancer.
Yes, we did.
And back in the day, I played a lot of the, well, not a lot, but I played quite a bit of the Star Wars space games, like X-Wing and TIE Fighter.
Rogue Squadron.
Oh, yeah, Rogue Squadron too, but Rogue Squadron was more of a, I think it was always on planets, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And I think it was always on planets, and it was more like an arcadey game. And the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games, they were actually pretty in-depth.
You played them?
Yeah, I actually had X-Wing. I was too small to really figure that game out, because that actually had power management and all this kind of jazz.
Okay.
I don't even know if I should actually...
I only remember it a bit, but not that much.
I think I also had a... Let's use a missile here. Boom. And destroyed. Nice. Brilliant, okay.
Beautiful.
So we have kind of a radar down to the right there, and we can target enemies. I think if we get that in the center of the radar, it will be in front of us somewhere. Yes, there it is. Okay, I see how this works. So I think for now it's just always going to be this. We have, I think, infinitely spawning enemies here, and we can just fly around and murder them. Well, we're going to do some stupid stuff soon, like try to fly to the planet and see what happens. And
Yes.
I don't know. But I really love how this game looks. So apparently they actually are aiming to turn this into a real game.
Yes.
They are aiming to... Oh, see, there was a bit of a bug there. Have you seen that?
No.
The enemy fighter sprite just went through the big ship.
Okay.
So that's apparently something that can happen. I've just changed my guns.
This is alpha.
Yeah, this is an alpha, and I think that can actually pose problems if you just use sprites. In engine the fighters are not actually objects, not actually because they are just sprites. They are not actually geometric objects in this room here, in this space. So there's, I think, some interesting stuff you have to solve to deal with that. But this already works like a charm. It controls so well. It's just it's kind of simple, but yeah. I'm just going to head for the planet now. Let's see if we can actually get close. It may be just a background object that you can't even reach, but
yeah, maybe. There is a possibility to land or to fly on planets.
yeah, there was a blog post about that, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
I think it's not in this build, actually, in the build that you can play.
That is very well possible.
I think nothing. Oh, this enemy just spawned. Oh, a whole bunch of enemies just spawned here. Yeah, okay. It's a bit of jank in here, but well, whatever. Kablam.
Did you try to use the power management?
Yeah, I tried that just now. The buttons do nothing. I don't see anything happening.
Okay.
Apparently there's also limited fuel, but maybe not in this build.
Yeah. What is everything else but the radar and the fuel?
So apparently we have Okay, so right in the middle where our reticule is, right? Like on the windshield, basically on the window, we can see which weapons we are using. There are these 4 little shiny lights, and if I cycle through my weapons, now I only have these. They just cycle through. I can shoot just those, or shoot all of them at once, which costs a lot of energy. And ripple through, it's just they are just cycling through, and you can see it in the reticule there that which weapon is actually chosen at any given moment.
I like that. That is pretty neat.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome, isn't it?
And the bar in the middle there is your
so apparently
power bar.
apparently the energy. Let's just shoot everything and get that down and see what happens. Yeah, it just drops basically. You can't really continue firing. Yeah, that's awesome. They can do so much more with that, especially when they get the power management in. So I think down there it's just you can actually see which guns are shooting. Like our attack. See, it's just blinking on this little ship schematic there.
Yes.
Now everything's blinking. I don't know if them being red or green will have to do something with temperature or something. That could be the case. Or it's just, I think right now it doesn't say anything. It's just pretty. It just shows you what you are shooting with.
Yes.
Can I actually change my missiles? Oh yes, I can. So I can cycle through my missiles. This is
so different missile types.
Yeah. Vivren or Vivren? Vivern? I don't know. Let's see if I can actually get an enemy to... Oh yeah. And shoot it. Boom. Now we have Cyclops. Okay, so every time we shoot a missile, it also cycles through. Cyclops. Can we shoot the Cyclops missile? I can't shoot the Cyclops missile. Maybe I don't have any more of them. And Phoenix. That is the third kind. I think I don't have any missiles left. Oh, I have... No, I still have those. There they are. Okay. Kaboom. The music is appropriately dramatic. It's just a synth orchestra going. That thing looks kind of awesome there. Shall we just fly towards it and let's take a closer look at that. If we can actually reach it, but I think it's actually a 3D object, so we can reach it.
I think you can reach those big capital ships.
Let's take a closer look at that. I actually... Oh, our fuel is actually going down. I wonder what happens if it runs out.
I like the lighting.
Yeah. I think this game in general looks fantastic, but even though it's kind of lo-fi, right? So the ship models are and the textures are nothing. Look at the textures; they're actually kind of terrible. But the overall style and the overall effect of the visuals looks fantastic. And also the sprites, and if you look at the cockpit, it's actually kind of pixely.
Yes.
But it looks kind of sharp at the same time.
Yeah, it is intended.
It creates an interesting effect that is kind of unique that you don't see anywhere. So yeah, it's kind of a good time for space sims or for space games right now.
Yeah, it is.
We have Star Citizen, for example, which is freaking ridiculous what they are doing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I also I have actually backed the game. I wanted to try out the dogfight module at some point. Maybe I'm going to. I mean, the dogfight module is actually out, so you can actually play and fight in the game. So I wanted to try that at some point, and I'm probably going to record that. The one problem is that I think for Star Citizen a flight stick would be really a good thing, but I don't have one, so... yeah, Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous, which also looks really fantastic.
Yes.
And there are also other smaller space games. There's another game I backed on Kickstarter that is named Limit Theory. Have you ever heard of that?
No, not really.
That's also, I think it's just one guy who is doing it, and it's all about procedural generation and stuff, and it also looks really cool. So I wonder how this will turn out. So there's a lot of stuff on the horizon, and before that we had years of nothing actually.
Yes.
And, I think after Freelancer the genre just died.
Yeah, there were nothing.
Yeah. We should play Freelancer at some point, and do a little multiplayer. And when you have a computer again, we're going to try that.
Yes, hopefully.
Just and stream that or something.
Yeah,
it would be fun, I think. Freelancer is such a fun game. It's kind of a simple game. They kind of simplified everything. It's also made for using your mouse and keyboard, but what it does really well.
Yeah, it works in its way.
Yeah.
So you cannot reach the planet?
No, you can't. I think it's just a. I think it's also just a flat. Flat image, so you can't really.
It's right.
Yeah. Why are we getting closer? I don't think so, right? But I don't know. Is it getting bigger? No, I think we can't actually reach it. So yeah, maybe we're going to play Freelance at some point. I also have some more older space games on GOG. I have Free Space 2, which many people love.
Yeah, I played Free Space 2 a bit.
Yeah. It's kind of different. It's not one of the open world or open universe
Yeah,
games. It's like
jump
mission based,
from
right?
mission to mission.
Yeah, but
It is nice.
a lot of people really love this game, so
Yeah,
I want to try that.
There are a lot of mods
Yeah,
for this game.
so I think once I get myself a flight stick, I'm going to try to get into that a little. That could be at some point. I'm going to buy a flight stick. There's
Yeah,
just no way
sure.
around it. I also kind of want to get into, or just not really get into them, but just dick around with them, because that's also fun, like flight simulators, like with airplanes and
Yes.
combat jets and stuff like that. That's also fun. Because I'm a fucking nerd.
Yes, we both are.
And yeah, also many games. And also I have kind of old games like I think I have one of the Wing Commanders on GOG, and also Wing Commander Privateer, which I also want to try at some point,
Yeah.
because Privateer is
I had the first Wing Commander for the SNES,
yeah, but I think
but
that's not
that was not great. That was not working.
yeah. I think yeah, it's not made for gamepad. I think the frame rate is really low on the SNES. Also.
Yeah, it is.
So
I did not understand what was going on.
yeah. So that's also something probably better played on a computer.
It is, definitely.
I think I actually don't have the first Wing Commander on GOG. I think I have the fifth, like Wing Commander Prophecy is its name. I think that was the last game in the series.
Yes.
Which would also be interesting. And Privateer was actually a open world, open universe game. Like you could trade and do all that kind of stuff, which is also kind of interesting. Which I want to. I think it's one of the. I think Elite was one of the first to do that, or the first game to do that. But
Yeah.
Privateer kind of refined that. The original Elite is kind of hard to play nowadays. Because it's just wireframe graphics, like just, you know,
Yeah.
just lines on black.
Did you play one of the X games?
X, I actually have X3, I think, on Steam. I never really got into that. They have kind of a big learning curve, don't they?
Yeah.
I think they are kind of interesting because you can actually build armies and factories, and they get really in depth. But I don't know. Maybe we should try those.
The X Rebirth, I think.
I think, yeah, I think they had a really rough start. There
Yeah,
were
they
really
had-
bad reviews, and people were saying, "Oh God, this is fucking terrible." So
Yeah, because it was really buggy,
Yeah.
I think.
I think it barely worked actually, and
Yeah.
and the things that worked were not really fun or something. So they kind of botched that. But I think they actually came out with X Rebirth 2.0 or something.
Yes.
And yeah, so
We should try a lot more
Yeah.
of these games.
yeah, so yeah, we're probably going to do that at some point. Just hunted by. So now I don't have any fuel left, but so far nothing is happening. Maybe it's just the fuel gauge for now, and it doesn't actually have any effect because it's an
Yeah.
alpha. It's not. Yeah, it's not even really. Yeah, it's kind of a tech demo, isn't it? But
It
I'm
is, yeah.
really amazed how polished it is, and how there's not much in it, but it plays like a complete game. It just
And
needs
it
more
looks
content.
Great. Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think there is maybe a Kickstarter campaign starting now.
Oh yeah, I would actually be willing to back that, I must say.
Yes.
So yeah, that actually kind of makes sense to. That is exactly the kind of game you make a Kickstarter for.
Yes.
Yeah, with Star Citizen, I'm not really sure. I don't actually like this. They are selling so many ships for real money and all this kind of stuff. I hope that if you play the game, you can just go without that and just buy them in game. And I would, you know, this is kind of worrying me a bit.
Yeah.
And they have so much meta game. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to blow that guy up here. Kaboom. Okay, so I think we can actually call it a day here. I think we have kind of seen everything there is to see for now. It's not much, but it's really promising. So this is Wings of Saint Nazaire. We are Another Dying, and we approve of this game, don't we?
Oh yes, we do.
Okay, so thank you for watching and see you. Goodbye.
Have a nice day.